What's going on, guys? This is Lesky back on FC24 Clubs. Excited to show y'all another build. This time we're going to be looking at my first center midfielder of the year. It's going to be listed at 6'4" and 152 pounds. The name says big box to box because that's what it is. We have a big body type, and this midfielder role that we're playing with this build will suit best as a box to box, where you're going up in the opponent's box, trying to score some goals, helping out on offense, getting some assists, and then working back on defense and kind of just covering the whole field. And you have like that high attacking and defensive work rate. You're all over the field, working on both sides of the pitch. That's what we're going for with this build. But also, this build is a goal scoring machine. With this height, you can get a lot of header goals, which I did. So the preferred foot is right-footed, but that is up to you guys. I just prefer playing right-footed. And then for the weight, I want to mention this. I mentioned this in most of my videos where I'm at this height and weight. I'm currently at 152, but you could go all the way up to 174, and the stats won't change. This will give you just more of an average-looking body type, while 152 will make you look a little bit more slim. Let's now take a look at some of the best highlights that I got while using this big box-to-box build. No, you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't. No, unless it's really short, like this, maybe. Oh my gosh. See, you can't. You couldn't do that. Let me take that.
You got it.
Goal.
Goal.
Off the post. All right.
You got it. You got it.
What the hell?
Oh shit.
Back heel
Going up.
mid-air.
Oh. Oh my! It's just too easy. Those little guys.
Nothing.
What? Did you see that header animation? You got him, maybe?
See him?
Yeah, he's there. Well, I'm going in back post.
Back.
You need? Dunk.
Beautiful. Dunk.
It's just an auto
Quit
goal.
now.
Oh, you did it too.
Dude, this build's insanely quick with a quick step. Oh my god.
Aerial. Okay. Gosh. Now there's like nothing but green. Header onto me. Oh, just kidding.
Oh my gosh. Out.
That's
Flip.
absolute disrespect. I'm gonna literally walk it into our own goal. There we go. Oh my gosh.
I'm a huge fan of this type of box-to-box build. It's a well-rounded beast, and you can pretty much win any ball that pops up in the air, especially with the aerial plus playstyle. And then the second playstyle plus I have is quick step plus. This is great for bigger builds that have one of the lengthy accelerate run types like this one has, because it'll help you just accelerate even quicker, giving you the max explosive sprint acceleration. So this will really help you cover the field as a box-to-box build. And then I think aerial plus is one of the most underrated and slept on playstyles. I think it's one of the best ones. It really just helps you win a bunch of aerial battles. And both of these are physical playstyles, and that's because I wanted 4 physical playstyles on this build. So 2 of them had to be the pluses. You could switch them out if you like, but the other physical playstyles I have on this build are Relentless and Travella. So you could put like Relentless plus if you really wanted that instead of Quick Step or Aerial, or maybe even like Travella plus if you prefer that. For the basic playstyles, the first one I have is the only shooting playstyle we have on this build, and that is Power Header. Because you're so big, with the Aerial Plus, you will win a lot of headers. And if you're going and crashing in the box, going up on corners and set pieces, you definitely should have a lot of opportunities and be able to score some easy goals with headers. I only use this build with one passing playstyle, and that was Incisive Pass. This improves your through passes, and then it really helps your precision passes, which are the new types of passes that they introduced this year, which I've tried using a lot more, and they seem very good, especially if you have this playstyle and decent passing stats on your build. For the next 2, they are dribbling playstyles, or ball control playstyles, I guess they're called. And I went for First Touch. This will be great as a midfielder, where you're going to need a good first touch and decent dribbling attributes. The next one is press proven. This one is great if you are using the shield mechanic and shielding players that are pressuring you in the midfield. There's going to be a lot of bodies running at you. You're going to have a lot of pressure on you as a midfielder. So press proven, you can kind of just body them and hold them off for a bit if you're utilizing that shield button. If you're not, it's probably best to swap this out for like another dribbling playstyle, technical. I don't know how great rapid would be, flare, or you could go like a defensive playstyle. I was thinking bruiser would be great just when you're trying to get back in position, chopping people down, and you can kind of just body them, push them off of the ball with the big body type we have on this build. Or you could go for a second passing playstyle like pinged pass, long ball pass, or tiki-taka would be great options. As I said, the last two are Relentless and Travella. So those are the playstyles that I was rocking on this build. Let's now go over to the skill tree. The first section we'll look at is pace, and I almost maxed out the pace completely, but I left off this bottom right sprint speed plus 2 sprint speed for 4 skill points in order to get 89 sprint speed. I thought that wasn't really necessary, so I didn't go for it. I really don't think you'll notice a huge difference between that plus 2 sprint speed. So we have 81 acceleration and 87 sprint speed. And then also, like, the reason I left it off is that we just need to spread the skill points around on this box-to-box build that's going to be well-rounded. And especially with the 25 less skill points that we have this year compared to last year, it makes it even harder, especially for a box-to-box build like this. So the pace page, just 81 acceleration, 87 sprint speed. The 81 acceleration doesn't look great, but remember, we have the quick step plus on this build for a reason, and that helps a lot. You actually feel a lot quicker than you would think. And then those long distance runs, you are fast, you have those long strides, and you can chop people down defensively and even get in behind. If you're making like a run out of the midfield behind the defense, you can definitely get in behind and burn some people with this build. Shooting attributes as a box-to-box build like this one is pretty important in my opinion, so I definitely wanted to get some good upgrades and make these shooting stats respectable. I wanted to go for even more shooting attributes, but as I was saying on the pace page, it's just not possible this year with the less skill points. So on the left side, I went for this weak foot upgrade, and then I got the shot power under it. So we'll have 85 shot power on the build. And then on the right side, you're going to get these 3 heading icons, and then you're going to get the second section of the third one for plus 4 heading, plus 4 volleys. Get the 5-star weak foot on this build. And then we'll get this bottom right finishing, plus 3 finishing. And then lastly, 1 skill point. We're going to put it on this plus 1 finishing. So then we'll have an even 80 finishing, as well as 81 free kicks, 86 heading, which is the max heading we can get on this build, 85 shot power, 83 long shots, 76 volleys are a little weak, but the only way to get it upgraded more would be to get the finisher archetype or get these volleys upgrades, which we don't have the skill points to do. And then there is 76 penalties. So these shooting stats are definitely solid as a midfielder. Luckily for this build, center mids already have really good base passing attributes, so I didn't need to go for a whole lot of upgrades. On this right side, you'll see I just went for these 2 things, plus 2 short pass and plus 2 long pass for 1 skill point each. So we'll have 84 long pass and 85 short pass. Those aren't amazing by any means, but they're not bad. They're definitely above average passing attributes. And then on the left, we're getting this crossing and vision, plus 5 upgrades for 3 skill points. Great value. We'll have 87 vision. And then I wanted to get the curve at least to 80, so you could potentially just do something like this to get it to 81. But I just went for all this curve on the left side, except for the artist archetype. This will give you plus 4 curve for 3 skill points, so pretty good value, and that'll get it up to 85. But if you want, you could take this one off and use those 3 skill points somewhere else on the build. I guess what you also could do is take these 3 curves off, get this crossing for the plus 3 crossing. I don't know how great that would be as a center mid, especially a bigger build. You shouldn't be the one crossing. You should be getting the crosses to you probably. But you could do this and then get this plus 4 curve to have an even 80 curve, and then you would have 2 skill points left over, and you could put it on like vision or just put it on like some other category that you'd like. But I'm gonna put it back to the 85 curve. The extra curve will help for your passes and your shots. With the dribbling, I wanted to make sure to have at least decent stats for a bigger build like this. You don't want to have low dribbling attributes and just feel so clunky on the ball, especially as a midfielder where you will be having the ball at your feet a lot. So on this build, I have 80 agility, 80 balance, 87 ball control, and 85 dribbling. On this left side, I'm going all the way down to the Maestro archetype to get some agility and dribbling upgrades. And then on the right, we're getting everything except for the Lynx archetype. We're missing out on the extra balance and ball control upgrades, but we just can't go for it. And of course, I went for the 5-star skills on this build, but you can take this skill moves off and use these 5 skill points really anywhere you'd like except for agility. Like, you could put those 5 skill points on any other category, honestly. Just don't put them on agility to get the 83 agility if you're on the new gen version of the game, because we have 85 strength on the physical page, and you need to have 4 or more strength than agility on your build in order to be controlled lengthy. And that's what this build is. So if you add this extra agility, it'll turn the build controlled and you won't have that lengthy accelerate run type. Let's now move on to the last 2 sections, which are defending and physical. And the defensive page, I don't have any skill points here. The base center mid attributes are actually pretty good. 72 interceptions, 80 defensive awareness, 77 stand tackle, and 76 slide tackle. And as a box to box, you're probably going to have like a CDM or more of a holding midfielder behind you playing more defensively than you, so you really don't need a ton of defensive attributes. You might expect the physicals to be a little bit better for a big center mid like this, but as I've been saying, with the less skill points in the same skill tree as FIFA 23, we just can't make the build as good as we could have last year. So I probably, or maybe, would have went for the bull archetype if we had some extra skill points, but we just can't. So on this left side, I'm going for all 3 of these strength upgrades, getting this reactions, and then lastly, I'm getting this +3 aggression for 2 skill points to get that to 82. And then on the right, we're getting these 3 stamina icons, getting the +4 reactions, and then we're just going to get these 2 jumping upgrades to get +5 attributes towards jumping, and then it'll go to an even 80. I was not able to get the acrobat archetype to max out the stamina, but we do have the relentless playstyle, and then 91 stamina is already pretty good in my opinion. So if you give this build a try, let me know what you think of it in the comments. Hit that like button on this video for me, and then don't forget to hit that subscribe button on my channel if you haven't already done so. As always, y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and peace out.